Hello, everybody. It's Royce Eddings here, and I want to welcome you all to my YouTube channel, The Four Horsemen. The Four Horsemen is your ultimate destination for all things rock and roll, classic rock, some heavy metal, some power pop thrown in. We're celebrating the legendary artists, timeless albums, iconic anthems that define generations. We cover the music you love, the stories behind it, and the history that made it happen. So, folks, I've got a really interesting story tonight. We have a new biopic coming up, and it's Michael Jackson's new biopic, which is coming out very shortly. It was scheduled for release in 2025, but they had some production issues, and the film really drug out to around 4 hours, so they had to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Okay, this highly anticipated Michael Jackson biopic titled Michael, of all things, is currently scheduled to hit theaters at IMAX on a worldwide basis on April 24th, 2026. While the original slated for April 2025, it was pushed back to allow for extensive post-production reshoots and a potential of splitting it into two parts, making two separate movies out of it because there was just so damn much material. Really hard to put it into one movie. So here's the key movie details. We'll get into those things a little more. Okay, the starring role of Michael Jackson is portrayed by his real life nephew, Jafar Jackson, who makes his film debut. Can you imagine that? Your film debut, and you're doing Michael Jackson, all that dancing and stuff. The supporting cast includes Coleman Domingo as Joe Jackson, the father, Nia Long as Catherine Jackson, Miles Teller as attorney John Bronca. Okay, and the production team consisted of Anton Fuqua from the movie Training Day. You might remember that movie, great movie. And it was also produced, the biopic was produced by Graham King, and he produced Bohemian Rhapsody with Queen, the band Queen. Okay, so the film is expected to feature more than 30 songs from Jackson's legendary catalog. I mean, that alone is worth the price of admission. Okay, so what is the plot and the scope? The film highlights controversial pop icon's rise to fame, moving through his early days in the Jackson 5, where he remained under the thumb of his tough father, Joe Jackson, no nonsense guy. We've all heard about him. To his hit making solo career. Okay, so from the Jackson 5 to his hit making solo career. Okay, the first behind the scenes video from the production highlights the film star Jafar Jackson, the late Michael Jackson's real life nephew and the son of former Jackson 5 member and brother to Michael Jackson, Jermaine Jackson. So Jafar Jackson playing Michael Jackson in the biopic is Jermaine Jackson's son. I thought that was fantastic. Jafar Jackson stated, okay, I never dreamed of being an actor or even thought of playing him, but I knew it was a calling, Jafar says in the video, which features clips from him embodying his uncle's most iconic movements, such as the movements in Thriller and the video, and the famous moonwalk. Of course, we all tried to learn how to do the moonwalk. I wasn't too bad even, at one point. He says, so Jafar says, I've really had to earn my role and prove to the filmmakers that I was capable of becoming Michael. Essentially, it was like starting at the roots and finding that authenticity, said Jafar. Director Anton Fuqua praised Jafar's performance as well. To see how much he cares, that's what makes him so special. Whatever that spirit of Michael, he's bringing it. He's bringing it. It's present, and everyone on the team can feel the spirit of Michael. That's how good of a job Jafar did on his very first movie role. Everybody on the team could feel the presence of Michael. He did such a wonderful job. The film aims to provide an unfiltered portrayal of the king of pop, covering his journey from his childhood within the Jackson 5 to his solo superstardom. Recent reports suggest that his first film may focus, now this is if they split it into two parts, all right? They were still talking about that at this point. Could focus on the early years, potentially concluding around the time uh, that his family's group, he left his family's group to release Off the Wall in 79. It is also expected to address the various controversies and personal challenges. Okay, they're not sugarcoating or whitewashing this at all. They're gonna talk about it all. Okay, the trailers are already out, and they're the most watched trailer of all time, are the Michael Jackson trailers for his biopic. Okay, uh, so so they'll cover all these controversies that came up later. So the trailer information, a full trailer was released in early February 2026. That's now, this is early February, following a teaser in November 2025. That broke records for music biopic trailer views. Michael Jackson broke all records for biopic views. You can find the latest updates and clips on the official Michael Jackson movie site, or the Lionsgate YouTube channel. Okay, so how long is Michael's new biopic? We talked about them, considering splitting it into two, reworking it, trying to shorten it. Okay, so the new Michael Jackson biopic, titled Michael, currently has a reported theater running time of approximately 2.5 to 3 hours. However, the film's production history regarding its length has been complex. The initial cut of the film ran 3.5 to 4 hours, and they were considering splitting that into two movies. Making the biopic in two parts was a consideration due to the extensive length of it. Lionsgate and director Antoine Fuqua considered splitting the film into two separate parts, as I said, potentially titled History Begins and History Continues for Part 2, to cover Jackson's massive life story more thoroughly. Okay, so what was the final theatrical version? Reports indicate that the film has been trimmed for its cinematic release. Producer Graham King has mentioned a runtime of over 2.5 hours. Okay, one movie, 2.5 hours, featuring more, and I said this before, but I'll say it again, featuring more than 30 of Jackson's songs. So anyway, once again, the release date for the film, it's scheduled to hit theaters worldwide April 24th, 2026, in theaters and on IMAX, after being pushed back from its original 2025 dates. So anyway, so the biopic traces Jackson's journey through his early days with the Jackson 5 to reign as a global icon, aiming to humanize, not sanitize, his life story. Humanize, not sanitize. Okay, so we're going to get the whole thing, folks. I'm really looking forward to this. I got a couple of things I want to show here right now real quick. Let's okay, Michael Jackson's Thriller. I've had this for a long time. I had it on CD version. My children all loved it. We watched all the videos on MTV and stuff. And here it is, Michael Jackson with the tiger on his lap. Man, what a studly player right there, right? MJ. Okay, track list on the back. What do we have here? We have Want to Be Starting Something, Baby Be Mine, The Girl's Mine with Paul McCartney. That's a fun song. No, She's Mine. Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean's Not My Love. Okay, Human Nature, Pretty Young Things, PYT, Pretty Young Things, and The Lady in My Life. Okay, all right. Well, this is good stuff right here. And the next thing I want to show you, just another little one I have here. And this is Michael Jackson Bad, and this is a picture disc, okay? I've got a few of these. I've got several, actually, picture discs. Got some Ozzy Osbourne, all kinds of people, Aerosmith. Yeah, I don't even want to get into that. It's a whole other story. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Please hit that like or thumbs up button. Helps the show get distributed to a wider audience. And if you're not already a subscriber, smash that subscribe button. hit the notification bell. You'll get a one-time notification of the new shows that are coming out. We do a live podcast that usually runs plus or minus an hour and a half every Sunday evening at 6:30. This past Sunday, we had moved it to Saturday because of the Super Bowl and did a Super Bowl related show, actually. Cut a little ways from the music, although we did cover the halftime shows of past performances, and that was all music, of course. So anyway, we got the 6:30 live podcast. This is a pre-recorded. We try to get at least one of those out every week, midweek, to fill in between the lives on Sunday, which run about an hour and a half. So please join us. Hit that subscribe button. Help the channel. The channel is growing. We've got hundreds of videos for you to watch, music-based videos and others, tours of famous places. We take you to, the Hog's Breath Inn, owned for 27 years by Clint Eastwood and Carmel. We take you to Haight-Ashbury and talk about that whole Summer of Love, 67. We have tons of videos. You'll really have a good time if you subscribe to the channel. So that's it. That's my little video for tonight. Be sure to join us on Sunday. And that's what's happening in Royce's world today. Thank you all so much for joining me, guys. Really appreciate you.